Welcome to Classical 95.9 WCRI's Conducting Conversations with your host, Mike Mano. 1 hour of music and conversation with notable people in the arts, bringing you the stories of how music has impacted their lives. The show will give a behind-the-scenes look at the guest's background, interests, or special project.
Conducting Conversations is brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments. From sheet music and brand name instruments to rentals, repairs, lessons, and more. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.
And now here's your host, Mike Mano.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conducting Conversations. Tonight, it's a pleasure to welcome back to our studios the amazingly talented and extremely good-looking Trevor Neal is back from Newport Classical. Welcome back, Trevor.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Nice to have you with us. Trevor is the Director of Artistic Planning at Newport Classical. And for those of you that are my age, you might remember it used to be called something else, not Newport Classical. But it's been Newport Classical for what, about 5 years now? Something like that? 4 years?
We've been Newport Classical for about 3.5 going on 4 years.
4 years, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And before that, it was
Newport Music Festival.
The Newport Music Festival. And then at some point, somebody realized, well, maybe there's other kinds of music other than classical.
That's correct. That's correct. We went through an entire rebranding process to make sure that we have our own lane that we're in and people know exactly what they're getting when they come to Newport Classical. And there's no confusion.
So they don't think they're going to see Peter, Paul, and Mary.
That is correct. Which, used to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'm sure there were people that thought they were, I'm going to go see Allo Guthrie or,
Yeah.
or let's see, Louis Armstrong.
That's
or
right.
Something.
That's right.
So now Newport Classical is sustained for many, many years. Been around for, do you have an anniversary date?
This is our 56th summer.
56th summer.
Coming up. Mm-hmm.
And since it's been Newport Classical, it's not only summer, the festival that used to be just that time in the summer, but it's a year-round event, and that's pretty much what we're here to talk about today. The remainder of your spring season. You have an event next week, but we won't even mention it because it's sold out.
It is sold out. That one is Boy Meets Girl, and I'm sure anyone who's been a patron of ours in the past knows this duo well.
Yeah.
Husband and wife duo, Rupert Boyd and Laura Metcalf. They're going to give a phenomenal Valentine's Day performance.
And that's sold out. So don't even try to get in there.
Don't even try.
Wait a minute. I shouldn't say that because there are some people that have some money that might be listening. If you want to give $1 million donation to Newport Classical, Trevor will get you in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I knew there was a way. There's
VIP seating.
There's always a price, right? There's always a price. All right, what's coming up after that?
We have Trio Catanine, which is a Parisian ensemble founded in 2009. They actually come from Paris. They're quite young. I would say all of them are actually younger than I am, which is really...
And you just turned 18. So.
Well, I just turned, 18, 19. Take your pick. But they're going to come play a nice, strong but traditional program, Schubert's Trio No. 2 in E-flat major, and Dvorak's Piano Trio No. 2 in G minor. Dvorak only wrote 2 piano trios, so this is the second of his piano trios.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have a Dvorak album that I have on my turntable right now. All right, so that's going to be what date?
That's February 28th, 7:30 p.m. at our recital hall in downtown Newport. That's the Newport Classical Recital Hall at Emmanuel Church in downtown Newport.
Okay, and if people are interested in getting tickets for that, how do they go about it?
They can call us, 401-846-1133, or you can go online. We have a beautiful new ticketing platform that we just released. You can make your own account. You can keep track of your tickets, and that's at newportclassical.org.
newportclassical.org. Can't mess that up. All right, Trevor, let's get to some music. What piece did you bring first?
Well, first I brought a piano trio actually performed by Trio Catanine, who will be performing on the 28th. And this is Ravel's only and surviving piano trio. That's really literally all it's called is Ravel Piano Trio.
Well, let's give it a listen. Trevor, another concert coming up in March. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, Friday, March 21st, 7:30 p.m., Newport Classical Recital Hall at Emmanuel Church, downtown Newport. We get the opportunity to welcome a phenomenal oboist out of New York, James Austin Smith, joined by his collaborator, Michael Stephen Brown, a phenomenal pianist. And they'll actually come to Newport in a debut, bringing a phenomenal, compelling recital to present works by William Grant Still, Camille Cesson, and Clara Schumann, and a lot more. It's going to be really an exploration of music that was originally written for either violin and piano that's been transcribed for oboe and piano, or music that has originally been written for oboe, which, there's not too much in the chamber music realm that's been written for oboe. So we're excited to take this exploration into some standard works as well as some newer pieces on the program. And we hope people join us for this phenomenal concert.
All right. Tell us about this piece.
Well, this piece is actually one of those examples I just gave you, originally written for flute. This is Bach's Flute Sonata in E-flat major. And this is an arrangement by James Austin Smith for oboe and harp, actually. But he'll be joined by Michael Stephen Brown on the piano in place of the harp. And this is the Allegro Moderato from Bach's Flute Sonata in E-flat major.
All right, we'll give that a listen, then take a short break, and we'll be back with more. Newport Classical is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, very pleased to be sitting with Trevor Neal, who is the Director of Artistic Planning at Newport Classical, and we talked about some events that were going to be in February and March, And now we're going to move on to April. And Trevor, tell us what's happening then.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to present a Bulgarian-American violinist, Bella Hristrova, who has won international acclaim for her expressive nuance and rich tone. She has really distinguished herself on the world stage as a performing artist with a remarkable, diverse repertoire and a bold approach to programming. She'll be playing this concert with a phenomenal pianist who we've had here before, a frequent collaborator of many top soloists around the country, Anna Polonsky. And they'll play, a couple of stalwarts like Bach, transcription of Messiaen's Quartet for the End of Time, Grieg, his thrilling second violin sonata, and a few folk songs from the childhood of a composer named Rina Esmail. Very, very interesting composer, and it's should be a treat. So I hope everyone will join us. That's Friday, April 25, 7:30 p.m., Newport Classical Recital Hall at Emmanuel Church in downtown Newport.
And once again, if you want to get tickets in advance, they can go to the website, which is
newportclassical.org.
Excellent. We're ready to listen to this one?
Yes. So this is going to be Brahms's Violin Sonata, actually performed by Bella and Anna at the piano. And this is his Violin Sonata, the Allegro from that in D minor, number 3.
Beautiful music provided by Newport Classical. Trevor, we have time to sneak one more piece in this segment. What will it be?
This is from Orion Weiss. This is him performing Chopin's Baccarol, Opus 60. His concert is Friday, May 16th at 7:30 p.m. at the Newport Classical Recital Hall. Tickets on the website. On this concert, he'll play Schumann's Humoresque and the Bach Goldberg Variations.
Newport Classical is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, sitting with Trevor Neal, the Director of Artistic Planning at Newport Classical. And Trevor has been talking about other things coming up this spring. And then we get to the big summer festival, which we'll touch on in a moment. But Trevor, I just want to say that, there's so much great music that's around, and you people seem to find these artists. Who's responsible to go out, or do they come to you when you find a new artist?
It's sort of twofold, actually. I do a lot of research on artists who are doing really cool projects, whether it's a flashback to traditional rap and giving new life to traditional rap, or bringing new works to life. As I like to always say, classical music is a living art form. There's constant music being written today, and some of it not so great, and some of it really phenomenal.
Sure.
So we pride ourselves on being a kind of hub for artists to explore those possibilities, whether it's bringing new life to the standard rep or these newer works. One such instance is our final concert on the Spring Chamber Series, which happens Friday, June 13th, 7:30 p.m., with an ensemble named Trio Medieval. This is a trio of Norwegian singers who formed this ensemble about 10 years ago now. And the program that they'll bring to Newport is a program of Norwegian and Swedish folk music. Now, I'm sure there are people who can, not me, but there are some people who can go out and pick up a Norwegian or Swedish folk song that they learned at some point in their childhood or in school. But what's unique about this program are all of these folk songs are passed down through oral tradition. So there's no written sheet music that exists.
Not even sure of the history of it, really.
That's right.
When it started or where it came from.
That's correct. So this was a years-long project by this group to kind of formulate this into sheet music that people can be able to use, and that the music will be able to actually live on outside of just word of mouth through generational storytelling. So with that said, I'm very happy to be able to present this ensemble in Newport, June 13th, Newport Classical Recital Hall at Emmanuel Church, downtown Newport. Phenomenal Norwegian and Swedish folk music. I think it's going to be a treat. If you want tickets to this concert, there are still quite a few available. You can find those at newportclassical.org, or give us a call at our box office, 401-843-1133.
All right. We have a couple minutes to spare here, so let's touch briefly on the fact that the big summer festival starts when?
The summer festival this year will be July 4 through 20. We have not announced our programming for that period yet, so but of course I'll come back and visit you, and we'll have a long conversation about what we have in store for this summer.
And people can't buy tickets yet, obviously.
Unfortunately, you cannot buy tickets yet, but just hold on for a little while longer. The announcement and the ensuing ticket sales will soon come.
All right. We'll look forward to all of that. And let's get to this last piece of music, which we'll just play now. And great to see you again.
Great to see you. And this is Trio Medieval's version of Kyrie.
Kyrie. Mm. All right. So if somebody for Providence was talking about this group, it would be the three guys singing.
The three ladies, actually.
Oh, really? Well, see, I don't think you mentioned that. So three ladies singing.
Absolutely.
All right. And singing medieval stuff over here.
Yeah. Singing a lot of medieval music, a lot of Norwegian and Swedish medieval folk music is how I would describe it.
Excellent. We'll give that a listen, and we'll see Trevor soon this spring with the announcement of the summer series that'll be coming up. In the meantime, we'll see you all next time on Conducting Conversations. Conducting Conversations was brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments, using music and the arts to keep your child educated, entertained, and having fun. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.